So yeah, how did this project get started in the first place? Like, how did the idea come about? How did you get connected to the Odyssey?
So really, it really just started off with me just kind of wanting to give back to my home city
Yeah.
and my old school, Clark Central. My literature teacher, David Ragsdale, we call him Rags, and shoot, Mr. Ragsdale had pretty much just kind of had asked me like, yo man, you should do like a theme song, something like that for us. And so I think he was just playing around, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But me being me, I was just like, all right, yeah, I got you, whoop, whoop. So
Challenge accepted.
challenge accepted, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He was already pretty tech savvy, social media savvy, so we always followed each other on social media. We ended up meeting up again at his 20th anniversary for the Odyssey. And so they had like a banquet and everything, and we had met up there, and they played like old videos of all of us. And so that's when he had asked me, and I took it to the studio, went around on some beats. I was like, all right, I like this, I feel it.
Yeah.
And so we might as well take it the whole route. We might as well drop it, you know what I'm saying, market it. And I asked him how he felt about it, he loved it. So he was like, bet.
Yeah, he put the idea there. He planted the seed for it.
Exactly, planted the seed.
And you said that was your literature teacher. Did you also say that you were on the Odyssey when you were in school?
Yes.
You did work with the Odyssey.
Yeah.
So what was that, I know you said giving back, and that's a personal connection now that you're grown and off and doing your own thing, just going back and, kind of giving credit to your roots.
Yeah.
What did your role at the Odyssey do for you? Like in school or after school,
Yeah, so pretty much the Odyssey was, we might have well have been like home, honestly.
Yeah.
I was the videographer editor, and I was also the anchor. So we had like a whole newscast from everything that got to do with Clark Central. Writing stories on the football team, basketball team, anything that got to do with Clark Central. Odyssey magazine was covering that, and I was one of the news anchors for the social media presence and for the website itself. I guess like what it kind of did for me was kind of bring me out of my comfort zone, because most of my life I was like athlete. I was athletic, everything, basketball, soccer, you name it.
Yeah.
Ragsdale, he had asked me one day when I was in class, like inside his literature class before I joined the Odyssey, he was just kind of like, what do you want to do outside of basketball? And I told him like, well, I would love to be like a sports commentator, some around there. And he was like, well, are you comfortable around cameras? I was like, nah, not really. Like, I was definitely that shy kid.
Yeah.
Like, I just played sports, stayed to myself. And he was just like, he was like, well, you want to get comfortable around the camera, try to come on, be an anchor with us. Kind of got into that. I ended up low-key like falling in love with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was different. Like he kind of taught me how to write scripts and everything like that, write different things, write different videos, and how to read off the script at the same time as make sure your presence is known and all the fundamentals when it comes to being in front of a camera. Like, and I was already kind of creative. I just didn't know what route I wanted to take.
Right.
And so that's where Ragsdale kind of pulled that up out of me, kind of gave me a better chance to like express myself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes sense with you coming from the athletic background into the Odyssey, the photos, the photo shoot you did that we're choosing from for the cover has that sports element tied to the Odyssey.
Yeah.
So that all comes together, kind of your high school experience, I guess, the pieces of it. Yeah.
Oh, facts, man. That shout outs to my boy Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh God. He getting us right.
Yeah, definitely. I've known you, I've known you as a hip hop artist and a musician, and I know that you have really gotten into the videography side of things too.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like that creative side of things really stemmed from your work at the Odyssey, or how did you decide to kind of go that route as a creative in your adult life?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Odyssey definitely stemmed from that to what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Even with my own videography agency with Gas Productions, we pretty much, it started off from the Odyssey, and that's just a play off of what he's already had put me on game too.
Yeah.
Like I said, we was doing a lot of editing, a lot of videos.
Right.
And at the time, I was just still learning how to get it through, and he kind of taught me the correct way on how to do it. And so I took that information and took it outside of just journalism and took it to music, took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
I got into videography, was through Odyssey.
Yeah.
I definitely got to give big ups to that, because I was nervous.
Yeah,
I was like getting in front of the camera and behind it.
Right. It's takes practice to
Yeah.
get comfortable being on camera and just making it organic and not feel like a robot on camera, I guess.
Yeah. It does. It take practice. It take practice. Like,
What you do under your brand Gas, I remember when you kind of first came out with that and started that.
Yeah.
The GAS, that stands for growth and stability, right?
ma'am.
Is that still correct?
yes, yep.
Yeah,
Growth
okay.
and stability, and pretty much represent growth on all four calibers:
Yeah.
mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially.
And so, kind of, what's your current focus on what you're doing with that?
So right now, we pretty much our main focus right now is definitely videography. Right now, we're doing a lot of artists. We're slowly drifting into sports,
Okay.
and I want to say in the near future, want to get into more so like business commercials,
Yeah.
business, get into that niche. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because I'm an artist as well, so from a music perspective, I already know necessarily what the artists are looking for,
Right.
what goes good, what doesn't.
There's experience.
And
You have the
experience.
experience as the artist.
Yep.
And now it's stepping in this other side of things.
Yep.
On the more business side, business
Exactly.
and marketing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense. Just to go back to the song that you made, what was your process for going about putting this type of song together?
So pretty much, once I got the song and everything together and got the feedback from Rags, I pretty much asked him, would he mind if I can come up there and shoot some with the kids?
Yeah.
Pretty much kind of give back in that way. He was like, yeah, for sure, y'all come on with the whoop. And I look at all of them like they all my little brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like they all family. So it wasn't nothing to go in there and shoot, get some scenes going on, get them comfortable, nice and comfortable with the song.
Right.
And it was honestly just fun.
Yeah.
It was just fun experience.
It's a fun video. It's a really fun video. Yeah. Did you get any particular feedback from the kids about the song, or just the experience? Like, what did they have to say about it?
Oh yeah, they was loving it. They was loving it. Yeah, they was texting me. So when is it coming out? Like,
Yeah.
I was showing them different footage of what we did, and they was like, yeah, I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it.
That's
And they learned the song way faster than what I thought they were gonna learn. Honestly,
Really?
like, yeah.
Yeah.
I sent it to them, and maybe like 2 or 3 days beforehand, they knew it all from the hook to the verse. Like, it's like, all right, say less.
Yeah, no, that's great. Is there anything else particularly about the song or the video that we didn't talk about that you think is important to bring up?
The video itself was pretty great. I love the fact of like how at home it felt to record it. Cause like I said, with the Odyssey, it really felt like home for real, especially when I was in school.
Yeah.
So I know how much it meant to them to see me come back and see the things that I'm doing for what I learned from the class and actually executing it in my career and what I'm doing.
Right.
I know it meant a lot for them to see that. And so literally when I was in class in the Odyssey, I would like to say the class is more closer to like, have you ever seen the movie called Freedom Writers?
Yeah.
It's really similar to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you come to room 231, like you pretty much at home with your family. We all pretty much know each other. Like even Rags even had us going through different drills in the sense of like he would give us like stories to write on, different stories and things, and we had to write a report on them or write our perspective on the story from a journalist perspective.
Right.
I had to give him that, and he would like grade our papers on that, either that or like it's been moments where he might be like, come up with your own story about yourself.
Right.
And it's anonymous, can't nobody else see it. It goes straight to Ragsdale, and so that in itself made Ragsdale a lot closer to us, and us a lot closer to Ragsdale because it came from so many different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So many different demographics. Like some of us was straight out country, from the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like and everybody pretty much was able to write their piece on it.
Yeah.
And so that in itself made it feel like family. This is my safe haven. And so I guess like that's what the music video did for me, at least. Like I was able to go back and see how much my school has grown, see how much my city has grown, and I was like, wow, like I remember when this used to be here, that used to be there.
Right.
Like I had to get them to kind of show me around the school a little bit before we got started.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's
So,
a cool experience.
Yeah. So that was cool, like from the music video standpoint, and yeah, it meant a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to them. So I think for sure, I think they'll definitely appreciate the video.
Yeah, it's a very cool project. I really love that. It's very unique. I like that.
Appreciate it.
And I totally feel you just on what you're saying about that class and everything kind of being like home, because I was in I was in my journalism class at my high school, and we were pretty low resource kind of high school, so we didn't have like like the news broadcast and all of that, but we had we had a paper that came out and stuff.
Okay.
And my favorite literature teacher ran that class.
Yeah.
And it was, I was in journalism every semester, and it ended up being like my best friends I met in that class.
Yes.
And it was definitely just kind of a much more laid back experience where you had that freedom to just be you, take part in what you wanted to take part in, and practice like telling your story and telling other people's stories. And by senior year, like, I love that class so much. And by senior year, I was the editor-in-chief of the paper, so
nice.
I would finish my work early in other classes and make excuse like Dr. Galati needs me to work on the paper, and other teachers would just be like, yeah, okay, you're done with your work, like, here's your pass. And I would just go hang out in her class. She'd be teaching other literature classes, and I'd just go to the corner with like the journalism computers and just do my thing over there. And it was just like, my home in school kind of. So
exactly. Exactly. That's the same way I was. You just go there and just hang out if you wanted to, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And Ragsdale was the type of teacher, he would make learning like fun for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so you remember back in the day in school, we might play like popcorn whenever you're reading. So we would do that in class. Same way, you read it, and then you read your part of the paragraph, and you pass to somebody else.
Right.
But Ragsdale was the type of teacher where like he could be like really dramatic. Like, you feel like you almost in drama class.
Yeah.
Like you acting out a script, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd get in here and really get to like reading his part of the book and be like, oh yeah, so you think you're bigger than me, and da-da-da, and like really get the acting out animated. And so to make you want to like, all right, let me get my bag, my acting bag real quick.
Right. And then you're engaged in what you're reading, because you're like, I wanna play up my part. I wanna do it my own
I'm doing
way.
my way, yeah.
So you're paying attention. He's like tricking you, but for a good cause.
Exactly. Like, and that's that's one of the big things I love most about the Odyssey. It was like, cause I had no other classes like that.
Yeah.
And like you said, I met a lot of my best friends like in that class.
Yeah.
Because of that very reason, like he brought me out of my comfort zone, a lot of my friends out of my comfort zone, because he was literally doing that like the first day of class. And I'm looking at him like, bro, chill, like just read, like just put the fries in the bag, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But after a while, like you get to want to do that. You get to want to like interact with everybody else. All it takes is one person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all it takes is one. Like,
I kind of had the same experience with my teacher, where I've always been shy and introverted. I still am, but I used to be like 10 times worse.
I feel you.
And that teacher just gave me the confidence to speak up, and the confidence to be myself.
Yeah.
And I just didn't necessarily have a place that I felt like safe to do that before. So that classroom was that. Making it fun. Making it engaging, feeling like the teacher actually wants to know who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes
a big difference.
That makes
like
a big difference.
That make you want to go in there and learn for real. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
It does.
Well, bless those teachers.
Oh God.
There needs to be more of them, but they don't get paid enough.
Facts. That's true.
To have that many of them, unfortunately.
No,
bless
for sure.
those teachers. Yeah. Is there anything as far as your personal creative stuff goes? I know you said, you're really focusing on the video production and things like that. Was there just anything you wanted to shout out personally that you have going on, or?
We're definitely pushing the videography, the brand, the clothing, you know what I'm saying? Gas clothing. It's gas everything, honestly. And I'm also working on an album, you know what I mean? So I ain't got a due date just yet, but but it's definitely in the works, definitely in the works, and I'm ready to get it cracking.
Yeah.